Hello and welcome to another Baggie Brothers video. We're talking all things Albion and we're having a post-match chat following our 2-2 draw against Fulham. How do you think the match went, Ads?
First half, we were appalling. Probably the worst I've seen, I think, us play this year.
Yeah, we were
Um,
shit.
Second half, we were better, but there were still points. We obviously conceded that goal, which led to us drawing, which could have been avoided. But yeah, first half, I've never seen a standoff team so deep and
I,
not press the ball. It was like we just wanted to let Fulham have the ball.
it was strange. It was sort of the tactic that I'd understand maybe playing against a much better team than us. You know,
Yeah,
like when we've played like the top six, we've been a little bit standoffish and let them, like when we played Liverpool, they were around the halfway line doing a bit of passing and we weren't pressing straight away, but when we got the chances to, we tried going forward. But yeah, the
yeah.
whole first half, it was like, why are you giving Fulham room? No disrespect to
No,
Fulham, but it's only Fulham. Like,
I know.
press, close the space, get some counters going.
Yeah, I had no idea, mate, why we were doing that. It was really frustrating to watch as well.
Yeah,
But they just didn't look
very
interested. They didn't
frustrating.
look interested. And obviously, Sam got the tactics wrong, which he brought Dara off, didn't he? On the 20
Yeah,
something.
very
Yeah.
early sub. That one confused me, if I'm honest with you. But obviously, in the end, it sort of worked out. But
Yeah.
we were
I
talking
mean,
with Dad, weren't we, about it? And we were thinking, why is he taking off Dara? Why didn't he take off, I don't know, someone like Gibbs, who clearly
Gibbs,
wasn't bothered again?
100 caps today for us. It was his 100th cap for us.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah. But he was poor, mate.
Yeah,
I haven't seen him play this badly ever, I don't think, for West Brom this last run of form.
yeah. Last two games
Um,
have been shocking
so Connor
from him.
Townsend can't come back soon enough, in my opinion.
Hmm.
He was poor, and I thought the only other player that I thought was poor was Livermore again today. I don't think he had the best of games.
No, and I think again you can tell that by him getting subbed.
Yeah,
Um, but it was funny. Like again, like I didn't. The first half, like you say, was very ropey. But there were again, like with other games that we've had, there have been a smattering of players that have been like, okay, well they're kind of doing their thing. Like Ajayi again seems to be sort of running our defense for us, and
yeah,
Bartley
he
playing
does.
next to him as well. They're a really solid pairing, and
Yeah, they are.
as far as like a pairing goes, that's the two I kind of want to see at the back now.
Yeah, 100%.
Furlong was sort of took a bit of time to get into it, but eventually sort of got there. But yeah, like Livermore for me, the first half, yeah, just wasn't
Yeah, no, it wasn't at all. He
wasn't
wasn't in it.
bringing anything for me.
No, that right back
So
position, I think you can throw Dara or Furlong on, and I think they're probably about the same sort of player, aren't they, in that
yeah, pretty
position?
much, pretty
Um,
much.
so
But obviously, I suppose like the most important things to take from today is obviously the second half, and most notably bringing on our new boy Mbaye Diagne or Diagne.
yeah,
Still kind of unsure how to say that, so sorry, mate. But yeah, him coming on, he's see like I don't know how you feel about the new signings we've made this window. Obviously, we've got Snodgrass and him, and I know we had Lonergan as well, but he hasn't featured. But they have kind of brought something to the
yeah.
team.
No,
Definitely
I
brought an
thought
energy.
I thought Snodgrass played really well in the middle of the park today. He was miles better than what Sawyer's has been doing recently. I thought.
Yeah,
Um, Obviously, a lot's gone on with Sawyer's
I think it was
recently,
probably a
and
good idea to give him the game off, considering all the news circulating
yeah,
him and obviously our horrible fan and
yeah,
um and obviously as well, his form's not been great, which may be a result of all of the stuff going on, and
yeah,
just
it
give him
could
time
be.
to clear his head. But
But no,
yeah,
Snodgrass, I thought filled those shoes brilliantly today, and I thought
yeah, he did a really
Gallagher.
good job.
I think Gallagher didn't have the best of games, but he was still better than what we've had in the middle. With
He was still working hard,
Yeah, he was still working hard. Yeah,
and
yeah,
then like I say, new boy comes on, and again, you could kind of like, as soon as we started that second half, he was in. He wanted to. He
yeah,
was like, "Give me the ball. I want to prove to you guys that I'm good enough,"
yeah. Well,
and seemed like a threat.
he put on social media last night that I'm here to prove myself and I'm here to try and help my new team win games.
Which
He
is
wants to
great.
show how good he is in the Premier League. He wants to show himself in the best league in the world. So he's come to us because we've obviously given him the chance. And I thought he was brilliant. He did exactly what we've been missing. Is a big target man. He's a big lad up front,
He's a
isn't he,
big
as
lad,
well? Yeah,
6'3" or something like that.
he's gonna bolster all the defenders out of the way, isn't he? I don't think he's gonna be phased by anyone.
And got an assist on his debut as
Yeah,
well.
he did. Yeah, which is a good assist as well. And he actually played. Him and Pereira were doing quite nice link-up play as well.
Mm.
He held it up and laid it off, which is what we've been screaming out for. Obviously, Robinson's been trying to do that, but he's not that sort of striker, is he, or player,
Yeah,
to be able to do that. But he's come on and done that. He was brilliant. As
yeah,
far as the
yeah.
debut goes, I don't think. Well, unless he had a goal, I mean, that would have been the only thing that would have
That would have
topped it
been the only
off.
thing that would have topped it. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Really, really good debut from Diagne. I mean, as far as other things to sort of comment about the game, but I'm glad that we've kind of solved the issues going forward now, because we have got the likes now. We've got like a good enough group of people, I think, helping us go forward. We've got Diagne, we've got Gallagher, we've got Pereira, Diangana, Carlin Grant, we've got Robinson. We kind of got, none of them are like world class, but they're good enough
yeah,
attacking liners, I think, to help us stay up. The biggest issue for me now is that we're still kind of leaky. Like if you think the first half, our defense looked abysmal. I was really worried, and
yeah,
they got their goal. They had a second chance where their winger pinged the post, which got me nervous. And I was thinking, great, this
yeah.
is going to be another game where I'm just going to zone out at halftime.
Yeah, I know it was getting that way. They could have won. They could have been 3 or 4 up in the first half quite easily, couldn't they?
Mm.
And that would have been game over. We'd have never come back from that, I don't think.
Yeah,
Um,
that'd have been. I think that would have affected morale more
yeah,
than the bigger games. Losing by like 5-0, losing like 2-0 to a team that you got promoted with.
yeah.
It's just like that's
But
bad.
they have improved their squad so much more than we have.
Yeah,
Like some of the signings they've got in, they've signed so much better. In
they have
my
got
opinion.
some
They've
quality in
strengthened.
their team
Yeah,
as well.
they've strengthened really well. So yeah,
But obviously the positives to take from this, we've got a point. As much as it's obviously not 3 points, which we would prefer, but
yeah,
getting a point for us at the moment is important and it's better than nothing. So I'm glad we've got something on the board. Obviously, we've got Sheffield next, to a team one of the only teams we've beaten this season. So you'd
yeah.
hope we could do the double and win
And
against them.
they've been playing quite well recently. They obviously beat United, and then they only
Yeah,
just lost to City today, whereas we got battered by City. So
that was going to be my next thing. Is it's kind of concerning how um it was concerning me that both of them have just, especially Fulham and Sheffield, have just sort of started turning their fortunes around and started playing well, and like you say, getting results against some of the bigger teams, or even like getting like a 2-1 at United. It's like that's pretty good. Like that's
yeah,
good for your morale. Like wow, we didn't get hammered by a bigger team than us. So I am a bit apprehensive about the next game. I don't know if we're gonna you know do as well as we did against them the first time we played them, but you can only hope that, considering how today's game against Fulham's gone, and things like the Wolves match and the West Ham game. I'm
West
not counting
Ham.
the City game; that didn't happen. Um, it didn't happen in
That's
my life.
erased already.
It's done. It's
Yeah,
gone. I mean, it's 90 minutes of my life I'm not getting back, so I might as well pretend it didn't happen. But you can only hope with those games where we've actually sort of played well recently, plus the likes of Diagne coming in, and we've got Snodgrass, and who knows, maybe we'll get someone else in before the end. But you can't help but hope that there'll be a bit of a lift in the team, and maybe we can actually press on and just start getting some points.
the other thing as well was quite nice to see today, which I've not actually seen, is Sam Allardyce quite vocal on the sideline and actually looking like he gives a shit.
Yeah,
That's the first game that I've seen him standing on the sidelines. I think it was Gibbs did an awful clearance or another awful pass where we were just looping it up to the corner and hoping against the Fulham where he needed to keep the ball and play into feet. But I think it was Gibbs who did it, and he proper went mad. And it was just nice to see, because that shows passion and that you actually are
yeah,
wanting to do, rather than sitting back in your seat chewing gum,
yeah,
which is what he has been doing recently. I mean, yeah,
yeah, definitely.
it's just
It
frustrating.
Yeah, completely. And I think it's something that, like, that passion is something that, if it's missing at your by the people above you in any line of work, if the person that's in charge of you isn't passionate about what they do, then the people below, how can you expect them to care? But the fact that he's kind of now getting, like you say, he's getting vocal and starting to, and even like in his his pre-match interviews and stuff, he's starting to say things like
Yeah,
we are, and it's like, okay, cool. So he appreciates that there is a unity and it is a team and he is part of that team.
yeah.
So we can only hope that now is we say it, we've probably said it before, hopefully we can see this as some sort of turning point and things start going our favor. They were talking about it on BBC today about we've just started like a run of 7 games where we've only got 2 teams that are probably difficult, and the other 5
Are winnable
are
or get
arguably
points
winnable.
against. Yeah,
Yeah. I
yeah. No,
think
it is. it's a big time for us, isn't it? It's a massive period, this. So they've got to look at it, and if they have a negative result, they've got to wipe it, because they're coming quick and fast, aren't they? As well, these fixtures. It's not like it's just once every Saturday. They're coming in like midweeks as well now. So
yeah.
it's
time to knuckle down, I suppose. And against, like they say, those teams where it's realistic that we could get a point or 3. Now is the time to sort of pick their heads up and start acting like, all right, we've got to win these games, and let's hope they can. Starting off with Sheffield, let's hope we can get 3 points on the board.
Yeah, and it's nice that all different players are starting to score as well. Like Carl Bartley mentioned in his post-match interview, everyone needs to chip in for this team to survive. So it was nice to see him get on the score sheet, and it was a well-finished goal as well.
Yeah, great. It was good striker's finish.
Nice. It was a striker's finish. It was elegant, wasn't it? So, really good finish.
Well, there we go. Hopefully, like we say, this is a turning point for West Brom, but all we can do is just sort of be hopeful about the next few games. Sheffield United next. Not going to make a prediction every time we do it goes wrong.
That's not.
Brilliant. Well, if you've enjoyed watching that, though, obviously click the subscribe button, click the like button, because those things help us out. Socials are on the page, and we will see you after the Sheffield United game.